retour à Londres, après nous avoir ouvert les portes de sa maison, Alexander McQueen, comme un gamin, prend du plaisir à nous faire découvrir ses archives.
Are you excited to see again some pieces like that one?
Yeah, yeah, really. I hope it's there now, because I haven't seen it for a long time. Yeah. I don't know if the rat is there, but the castle is. Yeah, the rat is here.
Yes! Ah! Il y a le rat dedans! He's still alive, no! No, my God, he's not alive.
It was a crazy piece.
Yes,
Because
yes,
it was based on a mental asylum. And it's like the things you used to do, like play cards.
Who made that one?
We made it here.
Yes?
Yeah, yeah. This one is from it's a jungle out there where the cars were set on fire, but not by accident. It wasn't part of the show, but
yeah.
And that was under London Bridge. It's quite heart-wrenching, it's heartwarming to see these pieces. I mean, I don't know how I did these shoulders.
Yeah.
Feel the pad, it's like...
Oh, yes.
And then I think the oldest piece I have is this.
Oh, yes.
It's so old, it's from the Highland Rape. It's when I was working with no manufacturer, I had no backing. I was just myself in a small room, Isabella's house in a house, like a derelict house. I was making the collections with like fishing wire and crazy things. But it's like...
How many hours you spend to do this? You remember?
2
Night
days.
and day?
Yeah, all through the night, all through the day.
Oh, yeah. It was made here too, no?
Yeah.
With your...
With the corseted
Wow.
man's jacket, with all the stitching details of the couture.
We always speak about Savile Row, but we can see what you learn in Savile Row in every pieces, no?
Yeah, no, definitely. It is...
Like one base, or I don't know, like a...
It's fundamentally, it's what the collections are based on, you know?
Yeah.
It's the construction.
Yeah.
So, but there's so much here. I mean, there's like crazy things. It doesn't seem so long ago, but you know, it's unusual to see how fast and how quick things have developed for me, from the island rape to now with Gucci, now with shops all over the world. I think it's
because you are very young.
I suppose I am, but I think it's maybe it's a good testament for people like myself that come from working class backgrounds, that it can be done, that you can do what you really want to do in life, and everything is possible.
Sa société emploie 20 personnes à l'année, 40 pendant les mois de défilé. Les stagiaires et les petites mains viennent doubler les effectifs des ateliers. McQueen, perfectionniste, supervise tout.
Ici, tu travailles vraiment avec des ateliers. On pourrait dire que c'est un vrai travail de couture pour tes collections.
I've always, you know, to make me very sort of like interested in a show, I have to do lots of hand work. I have to see, because when you manufacture garments like you do in Italy, you can't really see the process, and I need to see the process. I need to see the patterns develop. I need to see. I just need to be more hands-on with my work, you know. I need to have that feeling and that passion for why I do fashion. All the people here are students, and it's like training them up and giving them that initial step into the world of fashion, especially when it comes to the show, because everyone who comes from colleges or universities that works here, they all come to Paris, so they see it from the start to the end. So it's almost like a mini university for students.
What I learned at McQueen is basically everything that I learned for fashion, I learned here. Like, I didn't really learn it at university. Everything I learned about how pieces are created, how things are designed, how the ideas come up and we're allowed to work on them, and how the show then is in the end. I just learned everything here.
Because you're working so many hours, you just learn so much, and you have to take so much in, and you just get used to working to deadlines all the time, and learning just to do your best all the time. Even, you know, everything has to be of a certain quality and standard.
Ils ont beaucoup de chance de pouvoir travailler avec toi. Je ne sais pas si toi, tu avais eu cette chance au début.
When I started in London, there was nothing like this.
Yeah.
You know, it was, because it's as close as we can get to haute couture in England. You know, we do all our embroideries for the show here. We do have a part of the collection that's purely handmade. I'm also lucky to have them, do you know what I mean? Because it's very long hours, it's 7 days a week, and this particular show has been really laborious. It's taken like 2 months.
Est-ce que tu continues toujours à chercher des nouvelles techniques, des nouvelles matières et des façons de faire les vêtements?
Fundamentally, to me, this is what fashion is about, because you have to move forward, you have to progress, you have to find new techniques of cutting, new ways of developing fabrics, new, you know, even if it means starting with maybe 100% cashmere wool suiting and destroying it and then remaking it and then coming up with something fantastic. We like to make mistakes because you get the best ideas from mistakes, and this is what we do. We make loads of mistakes here.
Face.
For this one print, there's most probably about 20 roughs, you know. I mean, the artwork that goes into it, I mean, you separate all these images, and we do it on the computer, we take it from references. I mean, this print started from a picture of Billie Holiday being arrested for drugs, and it ended up like this.
So this is interesting. You know why, Alexander? Because when we look the show, they cannot know, you know, how it's difficult to do it and how it's.
But this is, I mean, this is why design or fashion is so expensive, because of what goes into the garments, you know. It's not just about printing something. This is like meticulously like engineered around a body. You can't, a high street can't do this because they can't afford to do this. This is what we do, and this is why we do it, because it brings fashion to another level.
Yes, yes.
So we go through lots of techniques, like the Devoy jersey. You see, we burn it out.
Ah, yeah.
And we go through like hundreds and hundreds of strike-offs, we call them, before we can get to the one we use. These are rejects because of the colourway is not right and whatever. But you know, it's just constantly this glows in the dark, and it's just like laborious work.
Je voudrais aussi qu'on parle des accessoires de Sean Lin.
Sean's my oldest friend. Before I started, he was my friend, and he had the same kind of background. He was in like an apprentice, like I was in Savile Row. He was an apprentice in Hatton Garden, which makes all the jewellery, like the diamonds and that. So we just started collaborating, and now we usually collaborate on every show. I mean, for for the Amazon collection, we come up with this, like from the research and from the prints.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world.
Sometimes Alexander comes straight to me and he knows exactly what he wants, and he will do a rough sketch and he'll say, look, that's what I want. And because I've worked with him for so many years, he trusts my craftsmanship to execute it to the standard that he wants. But then sometimes I'll go and look at the collection and then we'll sit down and talk about it, and then we'll both come up with ideas of different things to make. The nice thing about working with Alexander is he gave me a platform to express my creativity and create things that normally I wouldn't have the opportunity of creating, because, you know, I wouldn't be commissioned to make things like this for an everyday client. And it's the platform that he gives me which allows me to make such beautiful, strong pieces.
It's always about pushing to the extreme the human body, the human nature. A lot of people got confused thinking it was more to do with misogyny, but it was never about misogyny. To me it was art, because the chalices, the cages were based on Anne's Belma.
Yeah.
And the contortion of the body, you know. And as a designer, you're always working with cutting up the body into different proportions, different shapes. This is what a designer's job is to transcend what fashion is and what it could be.
I like you like that.
Now we're just working on the silhouettes. But when I first started to wear with Gucci, and they finished the garments, and I said, can I have some scissors? And they give me the scissors. And they go, oh, what did you do?
Ah, yeah?
And cashmere, calico, it's all the same. Okay, so we'll just put that in all the way around. And that's finished. Okay.